Earl Smith here with you. I'm here to explain a couple pros and cons about the processing industry I worked in. I worked with Tyson Foods for a couple years, and it was a great place to work for. Good benefits, good pay. Just as long as you worked hard, did your job, you got off early, had a vacation, all kinds of incentives, 401k packages, discounts off of certain type of foods, so many things I can think of that was great about this place. But there are a few things that I can think of that was not so great about working there, which is what I want to talk about really mainly today. If you've ever worked in a processing company or in a production company, such as assembly lines or going through processing food and stuff like that, then you can definitely relate to this. Like I said, there's just so many great incentives about working for a company like this that the company is willing to offer. But when you get deeper into things, as far as territorial positions, supervisor positions, positions that need to be carried because of favoritism, companies like this is where you really got to watch out for. I was working for the company for a couple years, and a big problem that I ran into, I'm the type of person that likes to get paid what you're worth, and so I would work really, really hard and thinking I was going to get moved up in a position, but not only that, thinking that I was contributing something to the company as far as bringing in a new way of boosting up production, but making it easier for everyone to, not just trying to work everybody hard out of sweat to try to make yourself look impressive. That was definitely not something I was about, and I was definitely not alone. But as a little bit further as I went on, after I got out of my rookie stage out of everything, learned how to break down machines, do all that stuff, I saw that it really didn't matter. I wasn't moving up, and it's mainly because it's who you know. The supervisor, he didn't give two shits whether we got off at a certain time or not, because he was on a salary. And the guys in the plant, we would try to work our hardest to try to get off early, because regardless, we're still going to have the hours taken care of here and there. We was going to have certain incentives brought up here and there for getting off during those times earlier than what we're supposed to. And we was with a young group, so we was all about that. Well, then it became later, when the supervisors decided to go and hire on people that they knew, that used to work there, that used to be supervisors, and they decided to leave, and things didn't go their way, and they decided to come back. That's when it really became a problem. Main issue that I had is I'm the type of person, like I said, that if I'm working this hard, I'm the below average type guy. I don't believe I'm above average. So if I'm working at this pace, you need to be working at that pace bare minimum, if not more. And when I see that people are working below that, or just completely slacking out thinking that they're going to get paid just as much as me, that's what made me go and decide to start not going into positions like this, start thinking about myself, is because there's so many people out there that are so selfish or just so lazy that they're going to do the bare minimum just to get by. That's going to put an effect on you. And that's what I had here. I had a few guys that had positions there before a few years back. One of them was actually my supervisor, and he got a runt job, a runt position. I thought he could just walk his way up it. And so I decided to work him in. What we did was dry sausage, which was you go and you make pepperoni sticks about 3 foot long. Each stick was a few pounds, and you go and you string them up on a rack, and each one of these rods that you're going to put on these racks was about 35 pounds. And you'd put about 20 rods on each rack. So you go ahead and do the math. It's nothing simple. It's good 700 pounds that you're lifting up and down per rack, and you go and do about 30-40 of these racks every night. So you got yourself a good workout. Some of the guys, when they go and do this, they get real wore out and think that they can try to cheat through ways, try to go walk off here and there, try to do this and that with other people of the company, thinking that that's going to be all right. And I did not appreciate that whatsoever. And I'm the type of person that went ahead, took matters in my own hands, and I would work the line just as I would expect to be worked. and a lot of guys didn't like that. I had a lot of people quit just for the simple fact that they, just can't take the initiative, realizing that they was blessed to have a job like this and get paid so well that, if things are kicked up to the norm, that they need to be expected to keep up with it, and they thought it was too much for them. Supervisors eventually thought that I was a nuisance, that they would bring problems on me. Times I would take vacations off, they would say I was not a vacation and that I was doing it. I was doing it without calling it in. That I wasn't taking care of my responsibilities, and this was everything but that. I would and make sure everybody would have someone there for me. I would always replace myself if I was going to take a vacation off. If I was time that wasn't unexpected, other than I went to the doctor a couple times, I would always make sure that I was covered, so I wouldn't use my vacation days. And even though this happened, it still wasn't the case, and I was fired within a matter of moments, just because I went and took a couple days off, completely notified, but they thought it was an opportune moment to go ahead and change things up to where it's not notified, and to go ahead and get rid of me so they can go ahead and bring in a couple people that they would like to have in there just because that was their friends, or they got them position when they worked there before and when they was above them. And I was quickly eliminated. A lot of people left after that. A lot of things that didn't set in right with people, but that's just the way these type of jobs go. Production processing job like this, like I said, is a great place to work for if you're wanting to go work hard, do the 9 to 5 thing, but not work above the norm and try to change the wheel. Because once we start doing that, then that's when you're going to find you're going to have a few more problems. Now, if you're the type of person that is like me and you would like to improve the wheel, make it rotate a little bit more smoother, the bearings work out a little bit more just off of process elimination, this is definitely not the job for you. The job that you want to probably go and do is a little bit more work your hours, self-employed, no matter what the case may be, because like I said, I'm a hard worker. I do anything from website design, from roof modeling. I will pretty much do anything just because that's the type of person I am. I feel my work ethic is a little bit out of the norm. So processing food from Tyson's, great company to work for, just as long as you want to stay within the boundaries. But if you want to step out of them, it's probably best that you want to move on to somewhere else. But that's all I gotta say for them. Great company to work for, great incentives, great benefits. Just as long as you want to work, an average pace. But if you're the above average type of guy, you might want to work somewhere else. A good place. Thank you.
Judging from what he said, I work for the company. I'm a simple guy. I like to go to work and go home and get paid every 2 weeks and get benefits. So Tyson Foods doesn't really seem like a bad place to work, but if you don't want a career, then don't work there. But if you just want to have a job, get paid, and go home, boom. My broke ass needs a job, so Tyson Foods, what's up? I'm just playing. But yeah, thank you for watching, and watch other videos, Find me on Facebook. I keeps it reals. Holla at your boy.